All right, so you ready for Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal?
Yeah, should be a fun one.
Definitely going to be a good one.
It is.
Big European clash,
Yeah.
Champions League or Europa League.
Mm.
They're both always contenders. Kind of a perennial powerhouses, I guess.
Yeah, Arsenal, especially like domestically, they've been doing really well.
Yeah, they're at the top of the Premier League.
Yeah, they've been killing it this year.
Sporting Lisbon, always good in Portugal.
Yeah.
But, Arsenal definitely the favorites coming in.
I would say so, but Sporting can definitely pull off the upset, especially at home.
Oh, yeah, for sure. At home, they're a completely different team.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's dive into this a little bit more. I mean, what really stands out to you about this matchup?
Well, like you said, Arsenal's form has been amazing. Like they're showing resilience, like tactical adaptability.
Oh, absolute Arteta style is really
it's really coming through now.
taking hold. They're playing so well together as a team.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of like it's interesting to see because Sporting, like you said,
Yeah.
they're strong in Portugal. They're always competing for the title. But in Europe, they've been a bit more inconsistent.
Yeah, up and down a little bit more, right?
And it's kind of like a tale of two teams when they're playing at home versus away, and that's where
for sure.
Sporting really has the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I think I read somewhere that they have like a 75% win rate in their last 20 European home matches or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like you can't underestimate that home advantage.
No.
Because their fans are they create this electric atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wall of sound, and it can really rattle opponents.
You can't really prepare for that.
No.
Just going in there, it's just a different beast.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were talking about, their form's been a little bit up and down, especially in those European competitions. But they've also had some key players,
Yeah.
who've kind of been coming into their own.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you look at someone like Pote.
Right.
He's been amazing this season, scoring goals, creating chances.
Mm.
You've got Inacio at the back. He's solid defensively, really hard to break down.
Yeah.
And then Cook's the captain. He's the heart and soul of that team experience leadership.
Right. And then you look at Arsenal, and you got Saka and Ødegaard, and Jesus, it's like star power all over the place.
Absolutely.
But, with all that star power, there's also the risk of injuries.
Yeah, always a concern, especially in a busy season like this.
Yeah, and I think that's one area where Arsenal might have a bit of an advantage.
Yeah.
Just because they have such incredible squad depth.
Yeah.
Like even if Zinchenko or Partey are out,
Yeah.
they've got players who can step in, and you might not even notice a difference.
Yeah, it's huge because then it allows for squad rotation.
Yeah.
You can keep players fresh for the big games.
Right.
And that could be something we see in this match as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Sporting might decide to switch things up just to keep guys fresh for the rest of the season. I mean, it's a long season, so you got to be smart about it.
Absolutely.
But okay, so let's get into the tactical side of things a little bit. I mean, we know that Arsenal, they like to possess the ball.
Yeah.
It's all about building from the back, patiently, waiting for that opportunity to strike, and then they hit you with these quick transitions.
Yeah. They're so good at that, they'll just lull you to sleep with their passing. And then all of a sudden, Xhaka's off on a run, or Martinelli's cutting inside.
Right.
And, they've got Ødegaard pulling the strings in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare to defend against.
I mean, it is, but I mean, they're not invincible, are they?
No team is.
I mean, is there anything they're particularly susceptible to?
Well, one thing that's given them trouble in the past is teams that sit deep and counter quickly.
Okay.
They're so good at breaking down teams that try to press them. But when you have a team that's content to sit back, absorb the pressure, and then hit them on the break,
right,
that's where they've struggled.
I mean, is there a particular game that comes to mind?
Well, I remember last season against Burnley.
Oh, yeah.
It was a real frustrating game for them because Burnley just packed the defense, closed down all the space.
Right.
And then they would just launch these quick counterattacks.
Yeah.
And Arsenal just couldn't break them down. They ended up dropping points.
Yeah. And that's something that Sporting could definitely exploit.
Yeah.
Right?
Because Sporting, they're comfortable playing on the counter.
Yeah. They're not going to be afraid to.
No. They're going to let Arsenal have the ball.
Right.
And they're going to wait for their moment.
To pounce.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be interesting to watch because we know Sporting is going to try to do that.
Yeah.
But can they actually pull it off against a team like Arsenal?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to come down to those key battles all over the pitch.
Yeah.
You've got Ødegaard, the creative force for Arsenal.
Right.
Going up against Ugarte Sporting's midfield anchor. Can he shut him down? Can he disrupt Arsenal's rhythm?
Right? And then you've got Saka,
Yeah.
arguably Arsenal's most dangerous player.
Easily.
Up against Santos, Sporting's fullback.
Big responsibility for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough task for anybody.
Yeah, and then, of course, you've got Sporting's attack and their ability to exploit Arsenal's high defensive line, especially on those quick transitions we were talking about.
Right.
If they can get in behind that defense, they could cause some serious problems.
Yeah, so it sounds like we're in for a really tight match.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, historically, these two teams...
They always play each other close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like a 2-1 Arsenal win.
Yeah.
But...
Sporting at home.
That's a bold prediction.
With that crowd behind them.
Yeah.
I mean, they can pull off the upset.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
But even if Arsenal wins, what
does that mean for future matches against Sporting?
Yeah, that's a great question, because this match, it could expose some vulnerabilities that Sporting could then exploit in future encounters.
Right.
So even if Arsenal wins, they need to be thinking about, okay, how do we adjust our tactics?
Right.
How do we make sure that this doesn't happen again?
Right. I mean, this is Champions League level or, Europa League level competition.
Exactly.
Like they could face each other
multiple times
down the road. You got to be thinking ahead.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what makes this match so fascinating, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about who wins on the day. It's about the tactical chess match. The individual battles.
Yeah.
And how these teams learn and adapt
Absolutely.
to future encounters. And that's what makes it so fun to watch.
Yeah. Definitely a lot to look forward to.
Definitely a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal. I think we're going to be in for a treat.
I think so.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
See ya.
We'll see you next time.